Hello, hello, and welcome back to Elden Ring. Part, I've forgotten. Whatever. We managed to reach Altus Plateau, and I am now looking to fight that night boss. What? Unbelievable that he hit me there. Easy. Okay. That was pretty easy. Shared order. Alright. No idea what that really does, but that's okay. So, last time we already got the Godfrey icon, I believe. Yes, we did. Which means that there is now one more thing that I want to do, which is go to the Table of Lost Grace and talk to a certain person. Because this will start their quest line and another optional route to get a different ending. So it's this guy, Corhin.
I have been waiting for your return. I've decided to leave the Round Table Hold.
Oh no.
I'm off in search of a noble scholar known as the Gold Mask, to beg his instruction. We may not meet again for some time.
Ah, we'll meet immediately.
If there's any incantations you wish to learn, now's the moment.
Do I wish to learn any of his incants? I mean, Catch Flame is fantastic, right? I don't really need any of the others. May the Golden Order shine through me. I don't know. We'll definitely go back to the highway, the Altus Highway Junction again. So this is gonna be some exploration now, this episode. Lots of that happening. It could be interesting. We're gonna fight some cool enemies. And we're gonna have some trouble fighting those enemies. But we're not gonna fight any major, probably not gonna fight any major story bosses. So Corrin is then immediately teleporting to this place.
Look who we have here. How delightful to meet a familiar face, even after departing the Round Table Hold. I've been doing some learning of my own since then, actually, and will happily pass it along to you.
So, he gives me great heal now. Or heal. So actually, wait, I can cast these. It costs a lot of FP though. However, they're not bad in hints. This one in particular. I mean, this one's very expensive, but I think I'm gonna get heal at least. Because because it's actually an offensive incantation against a certain type of enemy.
How little I'm yet to find I suppose the path ahead since depart how little I'm yet to find. I suppose
Yeah.
he'll be closer to the earth.
He's very worried about not finding the noble gold mask. So... do I even have a good seal? I mean, I do have a couple, but none that I really enjoy. We could get the Dragon Communion seal. Did I get... Yeah. Okay, I did get Ritual Sword last episode as well then. Or even before that. There's another finger reader crown here. Which, if you're into that sort of thing, like, if you wanna have your fortune read to you or whatever, you can do that. However, there's also a merchant here. And this one has my favorite shield in the game. Ah, there it is. The Scorpion Kite Shield. And Ancient Dragon Apostles Cookbook. That is my favorite shield in the game because it has a scorpion on it. No other reason. I don't require another reason. Can I level up? I can level up once. So let's pound that into intelligence. So we want to unequip this. And then equip Kari and Retali to this. Now this shield is a bit heavier than my previous one. But we're still in med load, so we're fine. And now we travel across using the warp gate. And travel across to the other side of this bridge that is collapsed. And look at that. We found a strange person standing there, pointing at the urchin. Oh my god. Just look at this goddamn shot. Look at this. In front of the other small minor Erdtree as well. Look how insane this is. Like, how good does this look? This game is so beautiful. The Windmill Village. Like, that's so crazy. I love this game so much. So, Mr. Goldmask doesn't really do anything. We'll just port back and tell Corin about it. We'll get to this guy later. Again then. And then we'll have a talk with Corin once he's over there. Just 3 raw fruits. That's disappointing.
Well then. From your description, of course. Bless the god. And to you too.
So he's very happy that we told him about the location. So now we're gonna go look for one of the cooler fights against NPCs. One of the cooler invasions with a lot of like story and character development weight behind it. So there's this church down here. This Church of America. And what? Why is there... What? That's not normal. There. Heh. Okay, I am very confused. Okay. So usually there's an NPC invasion here. And a character development sort of arc going on. So I'm very confused right now as to why neither of the two characters are here. And instead I got attacked by a sanguine noble. I am very confused. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. So, welcome back, guys. I think I figured out the problem. So usually, this is a part that involves Mr. Yura, Hunter of Bloody Fingers, whom I apparently have not been talking to after I fought the Ravenmount Assassin with him. Which is very intriguing, to say the least, that I completely forgot about talking to this guy. Maybe I just didn't finish all his dialogue. That's also an option. So he's right here.
That bloody thing. Here's a token of... I may not have... I'm dying to see you.
Eleonora. Violet Bloody Finger.
Violet Bloody Finger. Yes, she is the dead in spite. If she comes, there is no be on your way, perhaps, sweet.
Did he? He did not give me the item. Not sure. Maybe he did give it to me, and I just know. Maybe I just didn't finish the dialogue. That was very strange. So anyway, we can return to the church now, I hope, and it works. So we just do the exact same route. We run up this mountain. We run up the mountain. And then you jump down to the church, and then the quest should be there. We shouldn't get invaded by the sanguine noble then. So we jump down here, and then we jump down to the church that is over here. Yeah. So, our boy Yura lies on the ground. There's blood like splatters everywhere.
Eleonora. It seems I am no match for you, but I've learned a thing or two myself. You see, I've sliced the finger off. Please. Please. Eleonora. Yield to the cessplant no longer. Do not stain the immaculacy of your sword. Your flesh. Your fire.
He drops his sword, the Nagakiba, a very long katana. And we will get invaded by Eleonora, Violet Bloody Finger. She's wielding the Drake Knight armor set. As well as Eleonora's Twin Blade. Which is a blood flame weapon. So with innate bleed it build up and natural fire damage. And that weapon we shall receive now. after defeating her, as well as a very interesting crystal tear, the purifying crystal tear. Eleonora's pole blade. There it is, it's a twin blade with blood loss build-up and a unique Ash of War blood blade dance. We can't use it effectively, but let's attempt to do it anyway. Oh! Okay, no, I can't use it either way, but that's fine. We're just here to see it happen. So it has the standard twin blade moveset. However, it has a unique Ash of War that is usable or has two different iterations of it. It's a very cool weapon. Innate fire damage as well. With innate, it's blood flame, so innate bleed build up over time as well. So after hitting an opponent with an attack, they'll have some more bleed build up over time. It's not much, but you know, it's there, and that's nice to have. And yes, just in general, a very cool looking weapon as well. I like it a lot. We're probably not going to be able to play it. Maybe later on if we decide to pivot into more of an arcane-y build. But now we'll go here, and there's the Mirage's Rise. So you just saw that rise that sort of disappeared, and there's also a lot of these worm faces here that are arguably the most disgusting enemy in the entire game. Before the DLC, obviously, I have not been there yet, so I can't judge about that. But the Mirage's Rise has these little symbols everywhere that you can activate, and then it does something to make it appear. So we get a map from this place, and that shows us exactly where all those three pieces are. So one of them is right where we are just now, where the rise is, and one of them is over here, close, like almost directly underneath the church, right, just where you can see it in the distance. And they spawn these little the imps. They spawn the imps. So, and the third one is over here somewhere. I just wanted to get this, and then now I'm gonna ignore the worm faces. Are they chasing me? They're not chasing me. They are good boys. Okay, I've miscalculated a bit with the location. But, so here you will most likely see this guy. And he's going to be annoying. Now, the thingy, the last one, is hidden. But you can see this blue shimmer on it, so it's hidden as a rock. And if it's daylight, they are harder to spot, obviously. But at the night, you can see this one very, very clearly. You just hit the rock, it disappears and reveals the symbol or the sigil. You can touch it. That's the third one. And the Mirage's Rise will appear back where it was before. Gotta run past all the worm faces. I don't really know why there are so many close by. The worm faces are very frustrating enemies because they do Death Blight build up, and everything that has Death Blight build up is very fucking annoying. So we'll climb up into the Mirage's Rise. collect the whatever item is up top. So last time in the last Rise where we got Rani's Dark Moon, which is a very strong spell. And this one has a slumbering egg inside the head of a person. I don't really know why. And this one contains 2 spells that are rather fitting for a Mirage's Rise. Unseen Form and Hidden Weapon or whatever. So basically some Assassin's Creed skills in form of magic. So that's kind of cool. I'm gonna ride towards this tree now because this one will obviously give me access to more crystal tears. And they are all usually quite useful for any boss fight. However, this one has an interesting boss fight to it as well, because it's a massive worm face. Okay, fully charged R2s actually stagger these guys with a great sword if I two-hand it. So that's very nice. That'll make clearing these guys a lot easier, especially if they're alone. At least the small ones can be staggered that way. I want to summon for this fight, I think. Let's just get these 2, you know, just for a bit of funsies. I can't. I forgot I can't summon for this. Alright, in that case we'll just drink. And we will empower. And we will jump attack. Oh no, does he have to use that attack? Ah. Why is there one of these guardians here? Rather, why are there multiple ones? Oh, we got the sword spear, that's cool. Yay! We did it. We are so brave. Speckle Tati and Crimson Spill team. Don't know what either of these do. But I could have summoned here. Why is this thing not active? What? That's weird. Well, I guess the boss is beaten. Maybe I just wasn't close enough. I don't know. Sometimes this game is strange. I think there are some more ruins of this thing up ahead. In this direction as well. There's definitely a golden seed here, which is always nice. You love to see those. But I suppose there is no more ruin over in this direction. So we'll go the other way. Which obviously means this one and this one. This bit And then we'll go into this cave. So that was fairly simple. Bastard. Oops. Sorry, Torrent. I let you get hit by a snail. Poison bone darts. And this last one is filled to the brim with these guys. So we'll just ignore them. Get down here. Get the item. Wrath of Gold. And we'll escape. Because I can't be bothered to fight all of those. Not with the risk of dying instantly to death blight. Now let's get into this cave. So this cave is one of the nicer ones again, that has a very, very good, useful item reward at any point in the game. I gotta turn on the light, otherwise I can't see shit again, because my screen is not very bright, and which means that darkness is very hard to see through in this game. I've tried changing that, but I couldn't really figure it out, so I'm just gonna keep using the light, and that's fine. I mean, dark areas are supposed to be dark, so I'm not gonna be bothered about it. I have no idea how that got hold of his back. Could have sworn I heard another snail. Ah, yes, this is this cave. One of the more interesting caves, based on layout. Or in terms of layout, rather. Because, this cave is interestingly aligned or aligns with a different cave. And they found a very interesting solution for that. And by simply connecting both caves through a massive cliff. And we're gonna see that one right now. Well, immediately after I've managed to clear out this area. And then hopefully not fall down the cliff. So we can go this direction, kill another digger, and then get into this massive cave. That has essentially other cave area up there, alongside one of Estelle's children thingies. And we managed to pick up the item and leave. So essentially, when you go into the other cave that's very close by this area, you have to walk across this route that leads across the ravine. So that's just a nice, really way to connect two areas together. You know, just to show off once more the interconnectivity of this world. There's another smithing stone. A 5. Which is not bad, I think. And our enemies are 2 crystallians. A spear and a ring blade guy. It's not a ring blade, it's an Omlat. Ich weiß gar nicht. Is that the correct word for it? I don't know, it was just a quote from a character from League of Legends. So I don't really know why the Ringblade guy didn't attack me, like, whatsoever while I was fighting the spear guy, but hey, I'll take it. So yeah, pretty simple fight. And get the Somber Stone Miner spell wearing too. Yes, very cool. And I believe this means yeah, I guess that means we're going to the next area then. One of the big story thingies that's happening out here in this area, or one of the cool story thingies that happens outside of Leyndell, which is the capital of the Lands Between up there, is the fact that Millicent, who's waiting up here, decided if she said when we met her, she was looking for a sword arm. And you can find one of these in this area, which is very, very cool. I say one of these. Like, there aren't that many sword arms in this game that you can find and give to characters. But it is cool that there is this thing, because she was missing an arm, and when we found her, and it was when we summoned her, for example, during the fight with Makar. She was wielding her sword in something that was not her sword arm. In her left hand. So her right hand was missing. There's a second one of these guys. Could potentially fight, but I don't really want to do that. There's a cave over here as well. I don't really know how many stone sword keys I have left right now. Only 2. That's not enough for me right now. And if I have a couple more, if I had a couple more, I could buy some from like store owners or something. I would go for it, but not right now. But this is the next big area for me personally. It's a castle called the Shaded Castle. And it is inside a poison swamp. So, you know, if we run in here, we get immediately poisoning. So we'll just sit on our good boy here and get absolutely inted by the fact that our sword is not doing enough damage. But hey, like, seriously, I can't one-shot these with an auto. That is so fucking frustrating. Ow, I'm sorry, Torrent. I'm a bad owner. Now this castle, there isn't too much we know about its history. There's very few items and descriptions that mention this castle. However, it used to belong to a family called the Murray family. Murray. They were famous for being executioners. And for some reason, there are scarlet rot flowers here. Now, the last remaining member of their family we meet back here in a garden full of stone statues of women. And his name is Malay Murray, and he is the castellan of this shaded castle. And he has a fascinating weapon. Which is the Ansper Rapier, which we will get dropped. As well as the Murray Mask and his robe. I shouldn't be standing in the poison mist. What? So let's take care of this golem. Oh, he's not dead. However, he's outside of the castle. Which is interesting. He has a Scarlet Rod weapon. Because that's what the Ansper Rapier does. It's a front. There it is. It's a Scarlet Rod weapon. A Scarlet Rod build-up. That is interestingly infusible, which is very, very cool. So it has natural Scarlet Rod build-up. It requires 20 dex though. But it also looks very pretty. It has the spur of a giant ant fashioned into it. Actually, let's read the item description, because it's very fascinating. The spur of a giant ant which has been fashioned into a rapier. The blade drips with scarlet rot. Scarlet rot is an old legend, of which Malay Murray of the Shaded Castle was a private believer, and indeed he eventually found his own personal goddess. So yeah, that sort of explains why there's plants with scarlet rot outside his castle. But it doesn't really explain why he is outside of his castle. And the reason for that is that there's a specific person occupying this castle's throne room that has stolen one of the most prized goods of this this family and used it to take over. And we will, in the rest of this episode, run towards... Why do you look so disgusting? We will run towards the grace inside this castle and then end the episode. Because this castle will be our exploration goal in the next one. I'm just gonna... Is there no item here? Apparently not. I hate this when they try and rip open their own stomachs to make like their bullshit shoot out. It's disgusting. Well, we do find some poison boluses here, some anti-poison boluses here, which is neat. Because inside the castle is also a fucking poison swamp. So, and for some reason, this man is here. So dead. I seriously do not know why one of them spawned here. Like, I don't remember that being the case at all. But maybe I misremember stuff. Which would be fair. It's been a while since I've played this game after all. In its base version. Was there always a perfumer up here? Ach du Scheiße, he's melting me with that fire perfume thingy. And now there's two! Oh, I was targeting the wrong one. Why? How can he jump back up there anyway? What the hell are you doing? So these depraved perfumers are actually very frustrating enemies because of just how powerful they are. Why is it lagging? Like, it hasn't lagged the entire game. That would have been fucking frustrating if the game crashed right that moment. I wouldn't have known where I would have to restart. So unfortunately, we're kind of entered at a bad spot, which sort of means that we have to, will in the next episode have to walk this entire way back, sort of. I've already collected some of the items, which is fine. However, we still have a couple of minutes time in this one. Use a sacred tear. That's nice. Can I level up twice? It's not enough. I want to be able to level up twice. I'm a bit greedy like that. I know exactly that it's not good because I know that eventually there will be a situation where I'm like, oh, I want to save up for 3 levels or something. And then I die in a really dumb spot and I try and get my runes back, but I die like before I get them back. And then I'm like, oh god, I just missed out on fucking like, I don't know, 500,000 runes that I just didn't spend because I was greedy as fuck. Bunch of snails. Ah. So this is actually a painting I've missed a couple of times. Champion's Song. This one is actually pretty easy to find because it shows very clearly what position it was taken from. Then just have to figure out like, okay, where is the exact spot where the painter was sitting to get this exact shot. But we can do that, and now we will go back to the Grace, and I still don't have enough runes for 2 upgrades, but I feel like before the boss fight that we will have. Which is also, it's also because these guys don't give a lot of runes, only 200. Oh, actually, 28 runes. Perfect. Okay, what a wonderful way to finish off this level. Or this episode. So, and with that, I will see you off, guys. Have a good time, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.